how we got here is interesting, and you can see the evolution. You can play all the sound bites from the days after when you heard Republicans blaming Donald Trump, some being short of saying he should be impeached, saying he should be held accountable. And 4 years later, we are here. It is a stunning political comeback attributed to how Trump played it afterward, how Democrats played it afterward, or something else?
Well, I think it's some mixture of everything, but to me, the big message is that in the United States, the people decide. And because of the disastrous 4 years that came after Donald Trump, the people decided to return Donald Trump to power. And that's fundamentally what happened. They looked at what happened on January the 6th. They looked at all the things Democrats claimed about Donald Trump, and they also analyzed every single decision that Joe Biden and Kamala Harris made, and they delivered Donald Trump a convincing victory 4 years later.
It is tough, though, Scott, because when you say the people decide, that's what people tried to make sure didn't happen on January 6th, was allowing the people to decide.
The machinery turned. It was a terrible...
The lack of acknowledgement of how bad it was in the aftermath.
I mean, I think a great many people have acknowledged it, but also what happened that day. The machinery turned. Joe Biden became the president. He had one of the worst terms of any U.S. president, and then the people scrambled back to Donald Trump. That is the history of what happened.
Want to really see something that said, take a look at what happened.
Hey. Why this beat so cold?
We will make America proud again. And you try to kill our citizens. We will make America wealthy again. And yes, together, we will make America great again.
What he be doing on CNN? Woo! Y'all already see what's going down. Shout out to them beautiful Patriots. We 12 days away. 12 days away. Can't get any faster. God bless America. And I'm wishing the best in everybody's life, man. Love to them beautiful Patriots, man. Y'all already see what's going on. Scott Jennings, you know, just gonna hit them with the truth bombs, make them look like complete idiots, destroy the entire panel and the host. I mean, we on CNN with it, man. Again, y'all, I won't be surprised they come out and they're parting ways with Scott Jennings. They're parting ways. He's been fired or removed. You know, again, this man has so many opportunities after CNN. But one of the reasons why CNN has any viewership left is because of this, man. Shout out to them conservatives, man. Shout out to them conservatives. But he's gonna hit them where it hurts, make them look like complete idiots. Truth bomb after truth bomb. Are y'all ready for this, man? Let's go and jump in, family.
As our colleague Stephen Collinson wrote it, January 6, 2025 will mark the most stunning political comeback in U.S. history. Congress will convene to certify Trump's 2024 election win, clearing his way to be America's 47th president. Today marks showing American democracy works, or the nation has short memories?
Short memories. I think that Democrats should go out and Joe Biden should rally on the Mall. I think then we should go in and make sure that we sit on Mike Johnson's desk. We should take the Confederate flag and parade through the Capitol. I think we should injure 140 officers. And then if Kamala Harris dares to certify the vote, we should threaten to hang her. I mean, do you see how, I mean, I think people...
And I think they should walk in and put him in handcuffs. They should walk in and put him in handcuffs. And replace it with them Patriots that's sitting there. Freedom Patriots on day one. Freedom Patriots on day one, and they should put him in handcuffs. I'm getting sick of his mouth.
People should understand how ludicrous that sounds, but that's where we were 4 years ago. That is what this incoming president helped usher in. But what we've realized is it's not just short memories. It's the same thing we've seen around the world with Justin Trudeau later this week and others. But it's the same thing we've seen around the world. These economic pressures, prices rising, cultural anxiety lead to these electoral outcomes.
Scott, in a political sense,
let's go and hit him with it, Scott. Go and hit him with it.
How we got here is interesting, and you can see the evolution. You can play all the sound bites from the days after when you heard Republicans blaming Donald Trump, some being short of saying he should be impeached, saying he should be held accountable. And 4 years later, we are here. It is a stunning political comeback attributed to how Trump played it afterward, how Democrats played it afterward, or something else?
Well, I think it's some mixture of everything, but to me, the big message is that in the United States, the people decide. And because of the disastrous 4 years that came after Donald Trump, the people decided to return Donald Trump to power.
And we spoke loud and clear. The people have spoken. Yeah. And there's, y'all spent so much trying to come after your political opponent. How did that backfire? If he would have did anything wrong, he wouldn't be where he is at, the president-elect. If he actually did anything wrong, you can't tell me a crime. We know about your inside jobs. We know about January the 6th. And there's a lot of people that need to be walked out with their hands behind their back. They need to be held accountable. Go on, break it down for us, Scott.
That's fundamentally what happened. They looked at what happened on January the 6th. They looked at all the things Democrats claimed about Donald Trump, and they also analyzed every single decision that Joe Biden and Kamala Harris made, and they delivered Donald Trump a convincing victory 4 years later.
It is tough, though, Scott.
The worst administration. A president they didn't sent on, didn't fell asleep, didn't fell down, didn't went on vacation. An absolute disgrace. They knew on day one he was in there declining. They said he was as sharp as a tack. Even pulled out that big old binder. Yeah. As sharp as a tack. What we're seeing isn't real. It's AI edited, I believe. They played these same exact clips on the CNNs, the MSNBCs, the fake news. Yeah. Time and time, I know y'all get tired of hearing that. I do too, man. But you got to just you got to throw the facts out there, man. You really do. You got to keep throwing the facts out there.
Because when you say the people decide, that's what people tried to make sure didn't happen on January 6th, was allowing the people to decide.
The machinery turned. It was a terrible...
The lack of acknowledgement.
Hit her with it, Scott. Because and this what kills me, man. You know, just go and hit her with it.
Of how bad it was in the aftermath.
I mean, I think a great many people have acknowledged it, but also what happened that day. The machinery turned. Mm-hmm. Joe Biden became the president. He had one of the worst terms of any U.S. president, and then the people scrambled back to Donald Trump. That is the history of what happened.
I mean, I don't know. I mean, I look at today. Donald Trump is inheriting one of the best economies that a president has inherited in a very long period of time. If you look at the fact that something like net migration at the border is lower than it was even before.
Yeah, I know some of y'all just y'all just got mad and threw your phone or threw your hands up in the air, start shaking your head. Yeah, this is why this is their problem. This is their problem. You know, I don't even know how you even let that come out your mouth. So we got to just suck it up, swallow our pride, and understand the facts. Everybody has seen what is taking place. People have felt it. People are living through it. You know, a bunch of lies. And then y'all come out again and you lie again and again. And this is why y'all will never win again. You know, your candidate, she's drunk as hell. She drunk right now as I'm recording this. She drunk the entire inventory. She was a DEI, didn't earn it. And then y'all got that bitter old man up there. 50 years. 50 years. And what has it done for America? 50 years. The Biden crime family. It's crack cocaine all through there. Guns, one in the chamber. People walk. He in the bathroom getting a foot job. It's a disgrace. People falling down the stairs drunk. There's drinks all on the floor. Y'all ought to be ashamed of yourself. Then wake up out of his sleep and send money way over there. And we the people come last. Unbelievable, man. They ought to shut that whole thing down and send them patriots back a refund. Every last dime back. Our tax dollars. Shit. Sorry, y'all. I had to say it. I apologize. Unbelievable. He done woke up out of his nap and sent money way over there. And then come to find out he don't even know what the hell going on. It's ridiculous.
Before Donald Trump took office. If you want to look at the stock market, you're looking at the stock market rising.
I'm sorry.
Two things
I'm not even finished running it down yet.
This
is the first time.
The border needs to be secured further, and this number can be accurate.
This is the first time. This is the first time in dozens of years that a president has actually inherited a government where we don't have soldiers overseas in active combat zones. So, I mean, let's actually look at where we are. He is actually inheriting a government right now that is much better than any predecessor he's had before.
Okay. I mean, I recognize that was the argument that was made during the election, and I would also like to recognize that the American people soundly rejected that argument. We do have American troops in forward locations all over the world.
I mean, man.
Not in combat zones.
But they are in hot spots. I mean,
but not in combat zones.
We just had an American soldier die not too long ago in the Middle East.
Correct. And they're protecting our freedom every day.
Trying to fix Joe Biden's $300 million public relations peer for Gaza. I mean, the reality is migration was a disaster. Immigration was a disaster for 3.5 years. And they tried to window dress it for the last 6 months. Inflation was a disaster for all 4 years. The economy is not working for most people. That's why Democrats lost the election, and that's why they're going back to Trump.
Point blank simple.
Democrats lost the election.
He makes them look so stupid. I mean, man. Tell y'all, I told you, I don't know. Scott to be removed. CNN to part ways with Scott Jennings. I'm telling you. We'll see that news probably breaking anytime from now. I'll be honest with you. He's only the only real reason CNN has any viewership left because of this man right here.
Nobody's arguing that. I mean, that's what the argument was 4 years ago when Donald Trump was filing lawsuits and they were raiding the White House. What we are saying, though, is that prices are going down. What I am saying is murder rates.
Going down.
They actually are going down. Murder rates.
Inflation is still
plateauing.
It is decreasing in rate, which is the entire goal.
But
of
are
the
prices
Federal
going
Reserve.
down or not? Just to be clear, no, they're not.
They
going
are down
and
from their sky high rate.
Do you see how nervous these two are? It's like a 2-verse-1, but Scott is just kicking ass. You see how nervous these two are? Live on air.
Actually,
no.
Let's move on. Next up,
and again, I told you, and then I you know what they always do? Let's move on. Let's cut the break. Let's move on. And they cut the entire feed. What they've been doing all year long when things get hot. And this is why people just turn the TV. They just turn off the TV. And they come to us YouTube channels and they see this. They got to see yeah, I'm being honest with you, man. Y'all want to hear the truth? I'm telling you the truth.
It's arguing over combat zones. I don't know where we are this morning.
You're gonna argue with
you guys are trying to paint a picture of a country that doesn't exist.
I'm not painting anything. I'm painting. Stop talking. That's what I'm painting. Next up, Sarah, help me. Next up, the Republican majority in Congress is now getting to work. They've got the talk of this big bill that they want to try to put forth, combining all of Trump's priorities, a lot of the topics we're talking about here, into one massive bill. It's been described as what could be the biggest bill in American history. Could this be good for Democrats in getting priorities? Because what does a big bill do? Shove a whole bunch of stuff in.
This isn't happening. I mean, what we're going to learn is that, and Scott knows this better than I do because his relationship with Mitch McConnell, but one of the most important people in the United States Senate is the parliamentarian. And so a lot of these things that we want to happen, Democrats tried to usher in immigration reform through reconciliation. That didn't quite happen because and you have individuals around the president. For example, I read an article the other day from Bill Ackman, who was saying that President Trump is going to privatize Fannie and Freddie.
Remind him to do that.
One of his goals, one of his priorities. Like, you can't pass that through reconciliation. I mean, that's just not going to happen. And the votes aren't there to do it.
A lot of people will say it's not going to happen. But could this be what we have seen before? Let's talk about with the eyes on, how Mitch McConnell has run things in the past, which is say things out loud to road test it, and then when the public relations of it is a disaster, then you can say we can't do that this way.
It would be an enormous piece of legislation. I do think it's within the realm of the possible. I do think if it comes out of the House, which is no small feat given the margins, you know, this is usually when these things run into the Senate parliamentarian, they get trimmed up a little bit. But I do think it's possible because what he's proposing to put in there is exactly what he ran on. Immigration, energy, which, by the way, is now of heightened importance because of Joe Biden's executive order today on his way out the door, or his staff's executive order banning offshore drilling. You got to deal with all these things that he ran on. If you can get it done in one vote, that's far better than dragging this out. So it's an ambitious idea. I wish them well. I hope they get it done. But it's what the people voted for in the election, and it's what every Republican member of Congress ran on, too. So people, truthfully, shouldn't have too much trouble voting for it.
When people talk about we should read the bill, good luck with this one. That's all I'm saying if this thing comes through. Gentlemen, thank you. I think.
She is freaking sweating. Look.
That's all I'm saying if this thing comes through. Gentlemen.
She is sweating, and they're always sweating and panic and just get completely destroyed and look like complete idiots debating with Scott. I mean, man. But what do y'all think of this? Comment down below. God bless them beautiful patriots around the world. And I will catch you beautiful people in the next one. Peace and love, family.